Hello, welcome to Gamescape 3D. I'm here to give a quick overview of our Hauntwoods Scriptorium, and then we're going to go over to another table and I'll go over the individual components on their own. The footprint on this fort is about 2.5 feet. The inner courtyard is about 16 by 20 inches. Every component of this fort is made to stand on its own, so if you don't want to use it in the fort arrangement, that's fine. You can scatter it over a town any way you want to. The walls of the fort are simply freestanding. They're very thick and tapered, so you don't have to worry about them falling over. Each wall section is custom cut on both edges, so it can fit snugly against the piece it's supposed to. That it joins together to make the outer parameter. All right, let's go ahead and move over and we'll take a look at the individual parts. That's going to include this plateau here in the back. It's going to include this small scriptorium here. We have a barn to go over, a large tower, a kitchen, and a dovecote, if I'm saying that right. Should probably look that up to see how to say that. Anyways, let's go have a look at this thing. All right, first up is our large tower. You can use this as a guard tower, watchtower, storage tower, living quarters. There's enough room in there to do a number of things. This tower features a ladder access to the second story. It has two tops, this stone slate roof, and then the second top is a regular battlement. So if you want to have archers up on top, you can go ahead and do that. Okay. The rest of the tower has shortcut walls on it, and you can see I've really tried to align those cuts with where the brick seams are. It's nearly invisible. And anyways, each floor comes off close to the ground. That way, if you're on the tabletop, any characters or scenery you set up can be seen by everyone on the table. And the entire tower breaks down that way. Each floor has ladder access points, and I have two styles of doors. You can either use these little open doors, or you can use closed doors as well. Okay, this is our small scriptorium. Obviously, if you want to use it as a chapel, it'll work well for that as well. We'll start up here on the guard tower. We have the same door system right here that we're using on our large tower. So you'll have these little inserts for doors, and then you can use the ladders in there too if you want to. The roof is just a cap, and then you have two panels that come off. Okay, here's a little cautionary warning for you. That's what happens when you spray paint too hard on something because you're impatient. So remember, when you're building up coats on your 3D prints, especially flat panels like this, you do that very gradually. Here's our mid tower. This one is not cut. There's just not, so you can see there's not really a lot of space in there. So I didn't see the point in putting another cut on it. You could put an archer in there, otherwise just use it for storage or something. These walls are shortcut, so we can go ahead and remove these. Okay, so there's our bottom layer. We got our door right there. You can glue yours together. All right, this is the Dovecote in the kitchen. I also put a couple of the walls over here so we can take a closer look at how those are made. All right. Like I said, they're nice and wide and stable, and then each side is custom modeled to fit into whatever building it's supposed to come up against in the sequence. We'll take a look at this Dovecote first. For those of you in the Americas, Dovecote is basically a medieval pigeon coop, okay? This is our roof. We got a couple openings up here for pigeons to fly out of or doves to fly out of. Same thing here, a bunch of windows that birds can come in and out of. And then down in this part, you'll see, let's see if I can catch it right in the light. You can see there's a bunch of honeycomb alcoves in there, and those are little nesting spots for the birds. And I did go ahead and shortcut this one as well, slide-in door. I thought if anyone wanted to decorate the inside, I should go ahead and open that up for you. Not really any playable space in there, or, you know, aside from maybe one person hiding or something. On this, I have a version of this without the oven on the outside or inside. There is a loose oven, and you can place that anywhere you want on the version of this building that doesn't have an oven attached to it. We got the roof right here. There's no door because you need oxygen in there. So, and then these walls are shortcut as well. And that's your playable space there, okay? Here's our barn. We got a small little cap. You can either resin print this or FDM print it with auto supports. Just a few, maybe like 7% density. We'll get that done, and that just slides right in here on this seam. And these just lift off. They just lift off the same as they do on the Scriptorium. This is the loft feature here. There is a floor with a door that you can optionally put right there if you want an extra storage loft. This is the hay loft level right here. It's open face. This roof prints separately, and then you go ahead and you can glue that into place so it stays put. Okay. The floor on this is cut in half so you can get it into place. Okay. This is an early prototype bottom floor, which is all one piece. Yours will be in two pieces. I'll go over the doors real quick. The doors on this barn do function. They'll swing a good bit both ways. Has an insert top to hold the doors in place. And the doors come out. You can resin print these or FDM print them. Technically, you don't need auto supports with these, but it doesn't hurt. Okay, now the base you're going to get, and I'll go ahead and throw this one in there for you just so you can have the option. But this is the newer base right here, and it features a floor, and then it's also cut so that way you're not stuck with a 24-hour print. And then you also have that low cut wall feature for the tabletop gaming scenarios. Our gate comes with these road features. You have an end cap that you can put on either side, and those can be attached with open lock connectors. I'll be sure to include that. The gate itself features a simple door, and that's just locked in there with one of our serrated pegs. You can go ahead and glue that in place if you want to, or you can keep it loose. This road section here is from our simple roads design, so you can add more simple roads, or it'll also work well with our lowland or highland roads that we sell, and you can add those on. Okay, last, definitely not least, is this giant plateau. First off, there's a cave entrance. Oops. Yeah. Right there. The top comes off, and you'll have space to set up a whole factory here on the inside, or living quarters, or whatever you want to do. I opted not to put a 3D printable floor in there because that basically turned every part into a 24-hour print. And I didn't really see people wanting to deal with that. In terms of the alignment here in the roof, there's some simple alignment pegs, and then you can glue this thing together. My roof, I went ahead and glued it together in 2 parts. You can see there is space here for an additional enforcement structure, and that is just this thing right there. So if you want to glue that into place, it'll give you some extra strength if you need it. Now there's a number of optional features with this plateau. First off, we have stairs for both these parts, so you can separate this into 2 features. Okay, I did not print out the stairs for this part yet, but I have printed out the stairs for the tower. And the stair designs are pretty similar in terms of print reliability, which is why I didn't bother test printing the other one. Anyways, you can see that fits right on there. We have an optional top. If you don't want the tower, it can just be a plain plateau. The guard tower here is pretty small. There's not really playable space on this, so I did not do shortcut walls. The version you get will have a pseudo door right here. There is, however, enough space inside the plateau to hold some prisoners or some storage items. The bottom piece here is intended to be a well. You can see I got a hole there. This is the plain version. We also have a version that has a stone arch and roof over it and stairs leading up to the well. All right, now I'm going to go ahead and clean up this mess. Thank you for stopping by, and we will see you next time.